to Around the Lakes. I'm Josh Durso, news director at FingerLakes1.com, and this podcast is presented by FingerLakes1.com. And today we are talking about a really cool annual event that's coming up in just a couple weeks now.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
It is the Traveling Little Black Dress Fashion Show. Did I get that right?
Yes, I can't get it right.
It's a mouthful.
I just throw all the words in there and
Traveling Little Black Dress goes dancing in the streets is the theme this year.
Wow. Goes dancing in the streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so first things first, let's get everybody introduced here. Mary, let's start with you.
I'm Mary Cook from Mix 98.5's Jim and Mary in the Morning. Good morning. It is morning. And I am on the... Celeste and I are co-chairing this year for the Traveling Little Black Dress Dancing in the Street for the Seneca County House of Concern. This is my first year doing any kind of organizing.
She's doing a really good job, and I'm glad she decided to say yes.
And you are?
And I am Celeste Parrish. I work at the House of Concern and the food pantry, and I've been on the committee for probably 5 years now for the Little Black Dress.
So this particular event, give us a little bit of history. If one of you could give us a little bit of history about this event, what it sort of encapsulates, what it's all about, and how it came about, because I think that's kind of interesting too.
How it came about was Sharon Hoatland. She is the, the brainchild of the fashion show. And she started it as a fundraiser for the food pantry, and it just kind of took off because this is our 7th year. And it seems to be getting bigger and bigger, and we have a lot of sponsors, a lot of donations. We have gift baskets and raffles galore for both days.
So you work at the house because I'm going to start asking questions, but we'll just have a conversation.
Okay,
Celeste.
that's okay.
You work at the House of Concern, but the House of Concern services all of Seneca County.
It serves all of Seneca County, but we also we don't turn anybody away that comes in need of food or clothing or any type of advocacy.
And we're talking about high demand stuff.
We are.
Seneca County is pretty needy in terms of when you get into the roots of what the county
has
going on.
It is, and it's. I've been at the House of Concern of the food pantry since January of last year, and it truly is eye-opening.
I don't think people realize. You know what I
never
mean? People that are
realized.
not directly involved with it realize just how much need there is.
Right.
Maybe because we don't want to think that much, or maybe
I had
because
no idea.
we just don't know. And that's why, and I've worked, what little I've worked with fundraisers for the House of Concern, I have found that, number one, that you're very grateful, and what you get is very useful, no matter what it is.
Right.
And it's put to good use in several different ways. They have the food pantry, they have the thrift shop,
store, yep.
But other things, people that need help at Christmas. Think of people that need help at holidays, or clothing their kids, or getting ready for a job interview, or getting ready for the first day of school. I mean, these are things that you can go to the House of Concern. They're a friendly face. They're great people, and they can help you get your feet on the ground and get yourself going.
And if you just want to come in and say, I need somebody to talk to, it happens.
Yeah.
They just come in and says, I don't want anything. I just want somebody to talk to.
I love it when there's an organization like this, and I've seen it in other communities, in which when someone has a need and they're not even sure what that need is. They're not even sure where to start. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe I should just, get over it. What can I do? And they can go to a place like this and go, help me. And you can take it to whatever level they need that help.
Right.
Maybe they just need somebody to talk to, or maybe it needs to go further than that. Maybe it's a long-term aid that they need.
And if we can't help them, we know resources that can.
And isn't that probably the biggest mission that you guys have, is actually identifying and showing people what those resources are, the ones that are available in Seneca County?
Yes.
So I want to learn a little more about what sort of the evolution of this event has looked like. You said 7 years.
7 years.
A lot has probably changed in terms of how everything happens and whatnot. Walk us through what those 7 years have looked like and what the product looks like now versus year one.
Well, year 1 and year 2, I wasn't there. Year 3, I went to the fashion show and fell in love with it. Year 4, I was asked to be on the committee, basically just to do the table centerpieces. And I was like, wow, okay. So I fell in love with that, and then it grew to doing more than just the centerpieces, working with the models, and then it grew more. Last year is, okay, now I'm a co-chair, and this year I'm a co-chair along with Mary Cook because Karen has decided to step down. So in terms of that, it's like, wow. It's really
it's fun because it's a little different than your typical fundraiser. Usually it's some sort of a wine and dine type thing, but this takes that ladies who lunch feel and something that maybe we don't have in this area. In the small community area, we don't have fashion shows and we don't have luncheons and fancies. And this gives us that opportunity to have that kind of fun.
I look forward to it every year, and we use the retailers out at the Waterloo Premium Outlet, so it gives them some,
and they are wonderful. Been out there, and I've modeled a couple times, and I'll tell you, it is not my comfort zone, not even close. But I go out there, and they just make you feel like $1 million. And this year was with Lane Bryant, Tammy at Lane Bryant. We love you, Tammy. And I've been to Dress Barn a couple times, and they just make you feel so good about yourself. And I think it's very generous because it can't be easy for them in their busy day to take some time away to put this. But they've been very generous with their product and their time, and it just, I tell you, the fashion show's a hoot. I don't care where you are in it. If you're working backstage, if you're a model, if you're a mom, if you're just there to see it, it's fun, it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Because these are people that don't do this.
These are ordinary people, people off the street, people like Mary,
right off the street.
Well, kind of. But it's very enjoyable, and each year it seems to get bigger and bigger, and that's what we want because the need is out there.
And all the proceeds go to the Seneca County House of Concern.
Right.
Special thanks to Mike Farrar at the Seneca Falls Country Club. Very generous with his time and with the country club. We like working with him. We've got a great luncheon planned, and all of the sponsors that have donated gift certificates and gift baskets, and those things all go into raffles, which is yet another fundraiser for the Seneca County House of Concern.
Yeah, so I want to hear a little bit. You touching on it a little bit, but the amount of work that goes into an event like this, it isn't just people start to hear about it a couple months ago. It's
a lot of work. We start in November.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So give us an idea of what that looks like. What does that process look like? Where does it start? And where do you end up?
We start in November, and we have our first meeting, and then we usually wait till after the first of the year to dig right into the meat, and we contact all our sponsors that we receive donations from the previous years. Reach out to sponsors that we know will give us gift baskets for their raffles, and then we have monthly meetings right up until the last week of the show. There is a lot of work. There's a lot of, what's the word I want to say?
Pre-planning.
Organization. I mean, because we need to get models, and we need to get them to say, yes, I'll be on board, or no. And then if it's a no, then we just, keep going on down the line looking for somebody else.
It comes from the heart. I think what we have to understand and realize is that virtually everyone involved has a day job.
Yes.
This is something they're doing in addition to that.
Yes.
So we are at the mercy of their generosity of their time. And thank goodness there are people that find this important enough to put their time through. Because like she said, the models, most of the people, 100% of the people, Jessica modeled one year. Okay, so she had experience, but everyone else has never had that kind of experience. So that's not only our time, but our comfort zone. It's tough, and but you remember what you're all getting together for, and then when you get to it, it's so much fun. It is. I can't believe I was nervous. This is way fun.
The first day is a little iffy. The second day, you're pros.
Right. Well, is that right?
I would imagine the 2 days fly by with all the months and months and months of planning. Once it comes and it goes and it's gone.
It does.
That's the truth.
It's like preparing a wedding, and 2 hours and it's over with.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun. You know, we've got people that do hair, people that do makeup, people that corral their kids. We've got guys. That's a trick to get some guys to model. Maybe Josh will do it one year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Put a little bug in your seat. Now he's not smiling anymore.
We recruit early.
There you go.
The smile's gone.
Awkward.
You don't have to look at anybody. Just look pretty.
But here's the deal. This is what the experience will get you. You've got a beautiful luncheon at the beautiful Seneca Falls Country Club. Great food. Paradise Entertainment will be there with the music. Ken is so generous with his time every year to come in and help us. We give him a theme, and he goes, "Okay, I can do this." And this year, especially with Dancing in the Street, and all the volunteers and their kids and the family that come together, and you know, the back room where everybody's changing their clothes really quick and a little nervous, and how do we do this and where would we walk? And it's a beautiful afternoon. It's actually a luncheon. It's during the lunch hour. You go with your friends, with your family, and have some fun. And it is a limited seating.
It is limited. Yes.
You know,
Okay, so
I don't know how many can we fit.
I think 125 a day.
good fair number.
Oh, that's
A
not
day,
so.
and that's what we shoot for.
Yay!
Right. And last year we had all the tables filled except for one. So that
So
was
the key
really
is
good.
to get your tickets and
Get your tickets early. And
Yeah.
they're $40 a piece, but if you've got two or more, they're $35. And if you feel really generous, a whole table is $260.
which is an incredible way to spend $260,
Yes, it is.
right?
Yes, it
It
is.
really
and it's for a
is.
good cause. A portion of the proceeds goes to your meal, and the rest of it goes to the food pantry.
Neat.
So
Neat.
you mentioned the theme. How do you guys actually pick the theme? That's something people are probably.
Oh, we have a
curious
theme
about.
generator. No, we
How do you,
really. We got a
Do you
crystal
guys
ball.
fight it out at a
yeah.
table?
It gets fisticuffs. It's amazing.
We throw out some ideas, and then it's usually Sharon Hoatland that comes up with the brainchild. Okay, this year.
Well, because she choreographs it.
Right, she
She'll have a
does.
theme song, and she'll have us trying to do some sort of a dance step that we're going to all do together.
And the thing of it is with that, nobody knows it until rehearsal night. Not even us. It's like, oh my God, they got to do this.
It's part
This
of
isn't what I
fun.
signed up
It's
for.
yeah, exactly. And
so-
the thing
well,
is,
we
after
don't
you've
tell
done it, you
them.
go, okay, this is what I signed up for. But it is a hoot.
It
It
is.
is a hoot.
It is so much fun.
So now that we are 2.5-ish weeks away,
Mm-hmm.
what are sort of what's on your checklist? What are you guys sort of checking off as you go through these upcoming days? Or is everything checked off and you guys just
Oh, yeah, we sail
cruising
through.
and
Oh, yeah.
enjoying, just soaking it in?
But Celeste is in charge of anxiety attacks.
I am. For the most part, everything is right on schedule. All the models have gone to their appointments this week to try on the outfits, and it's all coming together.
Everybody
together.
plays their part. It's
Yeah,
There's
everybody-
no stress. Everybody's
Oh, no stress.
everybody's
This
ready.
is
piece of cake. We're
stress-free.
sailing. We're sailing now.
Has it gotten easier though over the years that you've been involved? Like going, obviously you've kind of been climbing the ladder simultaneously.
For me, it's challenging because I've climbed the ladder. I started out just doing little decorations, and now I'm decorations plus a few more items. So, to me, it's a little more stressful, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I
And a lot
truly
of the
enjoy
people
it.
that we contact for sponsorships and support have done it in years past and just kind of look forward to it and just are already ready for our contact.
Yeah.
So that kind of reputation is neat because they know it's coming. They want to be involved. So it's just a matter of, okay, are you set? Yep, we're set. We want to be part of this. We want to support Seneca County House of Concern. This is a fun time for us. So, and that's, I don't think you can put a value on how much we appreciate that. I called a couple of the sponsors. They're like, well, whatever, I'll have it ready. Come pick it up or what have you.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. And that's what's lovely about being in such a small community is that we've got people that everybody knows everybody. You know, you just pull together and make it work. And that's what's happening. And in the meantime, we're having a hoot. So
Right.
I found that camaraderie.
oh, no. No.
I'm not, you know. But what is the call to action? What's the call to action for folks who are listening or watching in the last week and a half here?
It's the 5th and the 6th of April.
Yes.
It is a Friday and a Saturday, and it begins at 11 o'clock.
11 to 1:30. The doors open at 11, but the doors to the dining room don't open till 11:30. So that gives people time in the bar
shop.
area to shop, to do the raffles.
Okay.
and mingle and talk to their friends, because
And mingle
you
and
will
talk.
see someone you know, I guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have lunch, and then there's the fashion show, and then there's all kinds of fun that happens. I think it lasts till what, 1:30?
1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
usually
you've
about
got the rest of
1:30
the
we're
afternoon
over.
to have at it, but it's a nice break in the day. It's a nice beginning of spring activity.
Yes.
And at this point, what you want to do now is you want to go to your calendar, write that down, and you want to work to get your ticket. You want to get those soon. Tickets can be gotten at.
I think, at the copy shop in Seneca Falls, or houseofconcern.org online, or Susie Noble. I'm not sure what her
That's
phone
all right.
number
Everybody
is.
knows Susie.
Susie
Everyone knows
is,
Susie.
yes.
Yeah,
Everybody
so you
knows
can get
Susie.
their tickets. And I have a few at the House of Concern, if anybody
And if
wants
you're
to.
interested in purchasing a table, they don't let you take the table home. But you can
You have to
sit in
leave
it.
the table.
You have to leave the table.
You
So
have
it's
to leave
kind
the
of a
table.
yeah. It's kind
That's
of
a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it is. You know what can I say?
do know for a fact, talking to Susie the other day, that we've sold quite a few tables, which is good.
And I think that says a lot about the event, right? I mean,
yes.
I think it's a great. You know what? Friday is a work day for many people. So what you do is you take your company or your office area and you say, you know what? Today, let's go to lunch.
Let's go to lunch.
And let's go to do this. It's a great thing. It's a good office activity. You're having a lunch and entertainment. Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
lots of
Yeah.
entertainment.
So looking
Lots of
forward
energy.
to
Lots
it.
of
So we
entertainment.
hope. Laugh with us, not at us.
Yeah, really.
All right. Hey, appreciate the time, guys. Obviously,
Well,
best
Thank
of
you
luck.
for
with
having
everything
us,
you're
Josh.
doing.
Appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely. That's it for today. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, stay tuned. Keep listening. See you guys.